Let's see. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate the support. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me as well. If you're in the comments, definitely put comments in the section box down below. Let me put this a little bit better. All right, here we go. So we're going live again. We're going to discuss a couple of things that I was at work and I was thinking about a couple of different things. Big shout out to Hunter12. He can see me. I need to get a better background. I really do need to fix the thing back here. I used to have this as a background, but what I did was that I moved the desk more into the right to get more space in that area. And since I did that, I had to move the background down this way. So, it's going to be one of those things that I got to do. I got to fix the light too. So big shout out to Big Johnson too. Check out his channel, subscribe. Big shout out to Rivas, all you guys out there. And big shout out to Stacey Leanne. That's the wife right there, guys. Be careful. So, so anyways, I appreciate everybody. Tune in to. It's cool, bro. yeah. No doubt. People come here just to hang around, but it's cool when I fix the background, man. It gives you something pleasing to see. But I appreciate that. That's very true, right? So, anyways, you guys are great, and thank you for the support. And let me see. I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Frank. Frank. Okay, where is it at? Okay, Frank Carvel. I put it here in my notes. He's one of the patrons that donate $10 a month to the channel, and that amazes me. When I see people donating money to the channel, that's awesome. So thank you so much, sir. I appreciate your support, and just know that it helps me out a lot. So I appreciate that. So let's see. N.A. Morab. Sweet bro, finally seeing you live. All right, man. Glad to see you here. Lopez, glad to see you here too. And all you guys. So I'm going to answer some questions in the Q&A part. But here's the deal. I was thinking about this today at work, and I wrote it down. Every time that I think about things like this, I put it down in my notes so I could talk about it later. And that's kind of how I come out with topics, right? But I was thinking about this, and obviously, if you like this type of video, let me move my camera. If you like this type of videos, click like and stay subscribed because we got more videos coming up, right? On topics like this. But I used to do a lot of preparedness kind of videos. I don't do as much. I've been talking about self-defense. I've been talking about guns and things like that. But I really enjoy talking about preparedness. And I was thinking about this at work today. I was talking to one of the guys at work, and I was saying, look, man, I got some rice stocked up, right? I got rice and buckets. I got buckets of rice. I think I'm gonna open them up. It has been probably a good 2 years. I think I'm gonna open them up just to show you guys how they're doing. I think that would be kind of cool to see. But I was thinking about this at work today, and mainly because every YouTuber out there are typically telling you how good they are, right? I'm an expert on guns, right? I the only way to carry a gun is the way I said so. Or the best gun that you could carry is the one that I tell you to. Or you better do it this way. Or you better appendix carry. Or you don't carry a revolver, because if you carry a revolver with 5 rounds of 357, obviously you're gonna die. And people tell you things like that all the time, and there's a big mentality here in the community where if you don't do whatever that instructor telling you to do, most likely you'll run, because he's never gonna be run himself, right? So I don't like that attitude. I feel that I'm always learning. Always learning. I mean, it's constantly. Even when I was a staff sergeant in the Marine Corps, which I'm still a staff sergeant in the Marine Corps because I'm retired. I got an ID card that says that. But anyways, even though when I was in active duty status, I always learn from the younger Marines too, because they always bring something into the table. And if you're a leader, if you're in charge and you don't listen, you're going to have issues. It goes to everything. It even goes down to your spouse. If you marry and you don't listen to your wife in some kind of way, and you think you're in charge and it's going to be always your way, you're probably going to be in trouble, right? You got to listen to your wife. You got to listen to your girlfriend, and you got to be open to communication. You got to be open to start that talk, right? Big shout out to 17 JH6 or boss. Big shout out to Matthew as well. He's one of the patrons in the channel. He donates money to the channel every month. We definitely appreciate that too, sir. And he said JH6 has never run. Yeah. Here you go. Coke Zero for some of you guys. You guys know I like drinking this. So here's the deal, guys. And I was thinking about this. Sit down and really think about things that you're lacking on. And that's actually a vulnerability assessment. That's not something that I'm coming out with. I just make this up. This is actually what people do. Sometimes you have to sit down, and when it comes down to preparedness, think about things that you are lacking on. Think about things that you don't know what to do. Think about things that you need improvement. I give you an example. I'm bad at bushcraft. Anything to do with bushcraft, I'm probably not that good. I mean, I just recently did a collaboration with Brad for Full Spectrum Survival. Him and another channel. Some of you guys in the stream, you guys are gonna see the. Let me make sure I'm connected to the. Yeah, I am connected. I'm connected to the internet. So some of you guys are actually gonna seen that already. I think Matthews did. K9 will not return. I think he saw the video too. So sometime next, I want to say Sunday, I'm gonna post it in my channel, and it's really cool. And Brad from Full Spectrum Survival and the other channel, they do a lot of bushcraft and a lot of things like that, and they have a lot of knowledge when it comes to that, and that's something that I'm lacking. If I had to make a fire, if I had to, go out there and start processing some wood and make a fire, I can do it. I know I can do it. But am I the best guy to do that? Possibly not. If I had to process some animal, we take down a deer or something like that, can I cut him up into pieces, process that food? I'm not the best guy to do that. Those are things that I'm lacking. I remember one time I went camping with the wife and kids, and just to make a fire was like a mission. So bad that I actually went online and I watched JJ from Reality Survival. I watched his video on how to start a fire. And I was like, whoa, that makes sense. And I improved myself. I learned from that. But a lot of times what we see here is experts. We see guys that are too prideful, I guess, in a way, to say, you know what, I don't know how to do this. I need to learn. And I think that's a good quality of a leader. I tell you what, I used to work with this guy back in 2004. This guy's name was Hayek, Sergeant Hayek. Made it all the way to gunnery sergeant. And after gunny, he went into the officer side of the house. He went into the dark side. And by the time that I left the Marine Corps, I was a staff sergeant. He was a lieutenant. I want to say first lieutenant. I don't even remember what kind of MOS. It was some administrative stuff. So, anyways, I remember Hayek came to be a squad leader in 2004, and he was the security commander. So there we are with 6 trucks, 20-something Marines doing missions. I mean, we got hit with IEDs, we got hit with car bombs, we got hit with a small arm attack. I mean, we got hit. And Hayek was new to this. I mean, his entire 8 years. 8 years before that was a police officer, military police. I think it was an accident investigator. So his job was to investigate accidents, and then he gets placed in the field side doing missions that are combat related. So what do you do now? And I tell you what, Hayek did a great job, awesome job. I mean, the dude was locked on. He was great. Oh, he is great. I mean, God knows where he's at right now. Maybe he's retired for now. But what I'm saying is that he was so great because he was quick to listen. And not only he was quick to listen, he was quick to essentially pay attention, and you would tell him something one time. So I remember, I was a landscaper, and he told me, landscaper, show me how to low a frequency on a radio. I think it was a VRC 88 for some of you guys. And I said, well, Sergeant, you do this, you do that, bam, bam, bam. Put the frequency in the radio. I show them how to do the timing. Some of those radio has to be in the same time and things like that. And that's that. I mean, the dude got it. The dude really got it. So mainly, and this is mainly because first of all, he paid attention, but he was quick to listen and he was quick to learn. He was in, he could have said, you know what, I'm a sergeant in the Marine Corps. I don't need you, Lance Corporal, to teach me what to do. I don't need you. I'm a sergeant. But he wasn't that way. He was like, you know what? I think I gotta listen, and I think I gotta learn. That's a good quality. That's a great quality. Not everyone has that quality. And if you don't believe me, just look around some of the channels in here and let me know who. Because some of those guys, all they talk about is, they're not quick to listen and learn. So, anyways, I wanted to put that out there. You need to kind of like look at your security assessment and kind of realize what some of the things that you're missing. Some of the things that you're lacking. Some of the things that you need to get better. It could be as simple as, I'm not a mechanic. I don't know how to fix that stuff. But, from there, something could happen. Either first, you're going to need people that help you out. Or two, that vulnerability is going to be something that you need to fix. For example, I'm getting too fat. So now that I'm getting too fat, what do I need to do to be faster? Or what do I need to do not to this or not to that because I'm gaining too much weight? Maybe I need to lose weight. And just by doing that and getting better physical shape, I could deal with that situation. Or maybe I need to, I keep it real here, man. Maybe I need to pretty much, learn the skill. Maybe I need to sit down like I did and watch JJ video on how to start a fire and increase that skill. Or maybe I need to reach out and say, you know what? I'm not good as a handyman, but guess what, guys? Little brother is great fixing stuff. I mean, they do work in construction all his life. My father-in-law as well. So they could build you a house. So I know that if something ever happened where I need to build stuff, I don't need to learn those skills because let's face it, you're not gonna learn how to do everything. There's gonna be some things that you're gonna need help. And in this case, when it comes to building and things like that, those guys do a great job. So utilize the capabilities that you have. So, all right. Did I talk enough already? 13 minutes. Man. The key here, guy, is to increase your skills to make you sell a better weapon. A better weapon. All right. So, big shout out to everybody watching. Let me see what's going on here in the comments. Matthew's out there. Richard's great. I told him like 600 times already that he needs to start his own YouTube channel because that dude has a lot of information as well. Very, very good, very, very good info. I mean, just overall great comments. That's the kind of comments that I like. A lot of times people just want to complain and they're not adding up anything to the conversation. I love guys that come here into the channel and add up to the confirmation. And it could be agreement or disagreement. It could be anything, but they're adding up information to the community. So I like that. Appreciate that, sir. Thank you so much. All right, so let me see some of the comments. If you have questions, put them in the comment section, and I try to give you my honest opinion. Somebody asked about a time. Man, I cannot tell you a time yet. I can't commit to a time because if I commit to a time, that means that I have to do that, and I just don't have the ability to do that right now. Like I said, I told some of you guys, I've been working 6 days a week, and it has been crazy. Truly, it has been crazy busy. This channel, the Pastor on Call channel, you guys know that I do work for that channel as well. I help Pastor Mike do some of the videos. The wife channel, I mean, it's just too much. The family, I just can't commit to a time. Like right now, I got about 4 videos recorded. I was going to release a video, but my strategy was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a live stream because first of all, I like doing this, but like that it gives me a video for today. So yeah, no doubt, man. So let's see. Let's see. So I wish that I could do more, but I just can't right now. Matthews, I couldn't do anything in Okinawa, and the reason why there was a lot of opportunities that we had in Okinawa to do a lot of training and things like that, and I wasn't able to do anything because by the time that I made it to Okinawa, I was hurt. And by that time, I went straight into physical therapy, and I went straight into a year of really bad time in my life when it came down to my physical health. I mean, to the point that I had to have back surgery and things like that. All that happened when I was in Okinawa, and in fact, I was in a limited duty, and I was taken out of limited duty just to PCS into the United States because you guys don't know this, but you cannot PCS. You cannot move from one base to another base unless you're in full duty. So I was taken off limited duty. I PCS and I went back in limited duty again, and then I got retired from the Marine Corps. So I mean, when I made it to Okinawa, that's it. I was over. I hated it because there was so many opportunity. People went to different countries. People did a lot of training, and it was just a lot of stuff. I wish I would have been full duty, ready to take opportunities, some of those training. I did went to the field a lot, took my Marines, but going as a staff sergeant and platoon sergeant it was easier because I just told people what to do, and that wasn't that difficult, right? Anybody could bark orders. So, all right, Hunter 12, thank you for the content. Thank you, sir. Do you have any body armor? I do have some that I use for specific things, but not as much as I would want to. I do have basic. Actually, I have a review of a chest rig coming up, and it's very simple. And I asked for that chest rig. I'll show it to you guys in one of those oncoming videos because I'm having back issues. I can't carry too many things. So yeah, just stand by for that stuff. Tactics hard. That's funny, man. Moral says include the wife in the preps. No doubt, man. It is a family, pretty much decision. It truly is a family decision to the point that a lot of you guys, and I talked to some of you guys that even your spouse doesn't like the fact that you own guns. And I talked to several guys, and I have talked to people that tell me, hey, you know what? It kind of sucks. My wife doesn't want me to have guns around the house, around the kids, and things like that. And that's just a sucky situation to be, man. I mean, it truly sucks because guns are a lot of fun for a lot of you guys. You guys know that. I love shooting. I love it's not only the self-defense part of the game. It's more like the fun. Just going out there, ringing steel or hitting, putting rounds down range is a lot of fun. And it just sucks that some of your spouses don't want to get into that. I wouldn't even know what to advise you so much because my wife is pretty pro gun, I guess. My wife carries a gun. I mean, she's like ready for this. So I guess I feel kind of blessed that I don't have those issues. I guess it will be like, little by little, try to get them into the prepping, slash guns, and be slow, and hopefully it works out. Check out look at this. I'm starting to have white hair. There we go. I'm getting old. All right, so let me see what else comments in here. Let me know how you see me. Okay, Beretta. Okay, I got comments in here. Let me catch up with the comments here. I think Young Beretta 9 mil just put a comment. I'm going to get back to that. Do you have... Okay, I answered that already. Open your ear, me or guy, the story. Alright, so let me look at some of those comments over here. Okay, Cal said, say Jarhead, do you think it is a good idea for cops to carry a badge and handcuff off duty? Uh, I wouldn't say necessarily handcuff. Thinking about a military police going out there in my regular day, I think it's a good idea that police officers carry a handgun, concealed carry off duty. And I think that's just a great idea. To me, it would be common sense. I don't remember where I heard this, but I heard like a big stats out there that says that many cops don't carry. And I know that for a fact because I know some guys that come to my job and they're not carrying and they're cops. And, my wife was a detention officer, if you don't know this, and she almost became a deputy. And she just decided not to. She didn't want to do it anymore. But many of the guys there that were deputies didn't carry off duty neither. So I think it's a good idea for them to carry off duties. The badge could be a good way to identify themselves if something ever happened. Handcuff, nah, it may be pushing it a little bit. But yeah, a pistol and a badge, I don't see why now. A pistol for sure. So being heard to bring away from families. Yeah, no doubt, man. Getting her in the military could be pretty difficult because it's the Marines are really uh it's really frustrated when you get hurt because in many instances, once you get hurt, you're not good to the Marine Corps anymore. So a lot of times you lose your job, you lose the things that you were doing, and it could be really frustrating, especially with some of the guys, like some of the guys that have PTSD and things like that, and come back and they're suffering with some physical issues, and then you take away the job, you may take away their sense of being a Marine, and that doesn't help at all. But again, it's a bad situation because like in my case, if I barely was able to walk, how can I do my job? So it's one of those crazy situation. All right, so check out some of the channels here. Big Johnson 1776 of Boss. Beretta 9 is in the house, so definitely check them out as well. Let's see. Trying to convince a wife to get a permit. 1776 says trying to convince a wife to get a permit. I mean, it's one of those things, man, that it takes time, and eventually something's gonna happen. It's kind of like a revelation, and she's gonna want to. I think I may do. I want to do a Q&A with the wife and talk about those things. But I tell you what, now with the baby, my wife always been pretty serious about carrying. But now with the baby, she became even more serious. So interesting thing because a lot of times you see people that say, you know what, now you have a gun, now you have a baby, so you shouldn't carry a gun and things like that. I seen people do that, but in this case, she went completely the opposite. She says, I have a baby, so I need to carry a gun so I could protect my baby. So, a lot of times, like I said, a lot of times people will be like, well, there's kids in the house, so you shouldn't have a gun. She went completely the opposite, which is good. That's the way that I think too. So just take some time, man. And if you take it to the range, don't do this because I've done this in the past. Don't try to convince your wife to buy a gun that you want. Let her buy the gun that she wants. As long as it's a good, reliable, and dependable gun, who cares if it's, I don't know, something, pink. Not saying that if you're a girl, you're going to carry a pink gun, but you get the point. All right, so Beretta 9 says, after my dad gets home from work, we will get back your email regarding Freedom Ammunition. Yeah, no doubt, man. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. I'm trying to get a sponsor for ammunition sponsor. So if you have your favorite your favorite ammo company, email them and tell them whoever you are, you need to sponsor JH6 and send a link to my channel because I need somebody to send me some free ammo so I could shoot a lot of guns. Making YouTube videos costs money, and one of the biggest part is going to be the ammunition. Like I want to go there and test more guns, but when I have to put 400 rounds to a pistol to bring it to you guys, it becomes costly. It costs money, so it's kind of hard to continue to make those kind of videos. People tell me all the time, make more guns videos, and I'm like, well, send me money, because guns videos cost money. It's kind of sad, but that's just the reality. The reality of the game. All right, don't start. Yeah, Jody says don't start the wife with a big caliber. Yeah, no doubt, man. Started with something small so she could have fun. It's not. And here's the thing about this, and I always hear guys saying, "Hey, you know what? You should buy the wife. You should buy a wife a revolver. Revolvers are simple, easy to shoot, all that good stuff, right? Got it." And a lot of times I hear people recommending the 642 Smith & Wesson, the little airway. I shot that gun, and I said it many times, that gun is not fun to shoot. I shot like 5 to 10 rounds, and I was like, I'm done with this. I wasn't having a good time. So I know for a fact that if I shot 10 rounds and I was done with that gun, my wife would have shot 3 rounds and be like, I'm done with this. I don't even want to shoot this gun. So obviously there's some Smith & Wessons out there, some of the 642. Some of you guys have talked about the some of the models that have better trigger and things like that. That's different, right? If you find one with a really nice trigger, that's different. But I'm talking about some of these guns are not fun to shoot. So start them up with something that is a blast. Something that is a lot of fun, something that it's just cool. And once they start getting that love, they're going to continue. And eventually they're going to get to the point that they're going to carry something better, So, excuse me. All right, got it, Beretta. Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm looking forward to read you guys' email. Definitely. Okay, Kyle says, do you have any tips on starting a YouTube channel? Yeah, of course. I got a lot of tips. Let's see. First tip will be subscribe to, I'm going to tell these people, subscribe to the Daily Shooter. He just put a comment because he is awesome. So big shout out to the Daily Shooter. Subscribe to a channel called Roberto Blake. I think it's Roberto Blake 2. That guy. Subscribe to Video Creator. Subscribe to Duro Eve. And there's a couple of more. If you send me a PM, I send you the name of the channel. Those are channels that, Owen's Video. Owen's Video is really good too. There's another guy named Nick something. And there's another guy named Brian something. Those are the channels that I go for information. Remember this, YouTube is a search engine. So you can make a video all you want. It could be the best video. But if it's not optimized to be found in the search results, you're never going to get views. Funny thing is, like, and some of the guys like, Beretta and I and the Daily Shooter can tell you things like that. About 80% of my, no, actually 89% of my views comes from non-subscribers. So when you look at the channel, this month we had about 350,000 views or something like that. Last month we had, I remember last month we had 416,000 views. Only like a little portion like this come from subscribers. Everything else come from non-subscribers. So to make it to that level, you got to listen to these people, and you got to do the things how they tell you, like put tags, put descriptions, put a thumbnail, put a lot of content. I tell you what, it would take you, and the biggest thing that I would tell you is that this is a patient game. I mean, we've been doing this for almost 4 years. So you look at the guys like the Daily Shooter. I was talking to him about this. We've been here for 4 years. I mean, almost August will be 4 years for me. I can't remember when he told me, maybe June or something like that. It's going to be like 4 years from him. I mean, this takes time, very, very time. And I started with so many people that are not here anymore because they're not patient and they didn't love it. So if you do it for the fame, you do it for the money. Don't do it for the money. Trust me, don't do it for the money. Unless you're Hickok, you're not going to make a lot of money. If you don't do it because you enjoy it, Don't do it because I tell you what, for the amount of time that we put into the channels, you could probably work at McDonald's and make more money. So I don't know. I don't mean to be offensive to anybody, but I'm just saying. Um, so yeah, subscribe to those people and have a lot of patience because it's gonna take a long time. Wicked Sensation says military treats injured personnel like crap. I totally agree. It was very, very bad how I was treated. After 11 years, 5 months, and 20 days, I was treated like crap because I got hurt. I mean, that's just how it is. And you do get a check. Everybody knows that. But to get that check, it's like, when they give you lawyers and things like that, it's ridiculous. Trump will help out the veterans. I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping somebody does. When we help Syrian refugees more than veterans, we have an issue, people. We really do have an issue. So, David Wicks, big shout out to him. As always, me and him went to boot camp. Carry every day, teach your family. Yeah, no doubt, man. He said, carry every day and teach your family gun safety. That's bam. Done, dude. Big hoorah for you, sir. Alright, let me go through some of these comments over here. Man, I could do this all day, man. I have a lot of fun doing these things. Zero fading going to fix the VA. Trump is better. Wicked Sensation said the problem with the VA is the culture, management, and staff. Yeah, if I want to fix the VA, I will start by firing everyone and restart over. Because it's ridiculous what they do to you. You put a claim right now and it takes 2 years for them to deny your claim and another 2 years for them to appeal or repeal your claim or whatever. It takes forever. God bless groups like the DEV, the Save American Vets, and things like that. There's a lady that helped me out a lot. I mean, God bless that lady. Thanks to her, I got pretty much what I got. Okay, if I could see. Robert Begner says for a concealed carry okay, I can't say that. Legally, can you use a firearm in self-defense when your life is in danger, or that can it be a gray? So how can I better educate myself on a specific scenario? Okay, got it. Here's what I told little brother. You meet, and again, this is just my opinion. I'm not your instructor or lawyer or anything like that. But meet deadly force with deadly force. And what it means is like you meet that force with the same force. So if somebody's trying to kill you or kill somebody, you can use deadly force. That's what I always keep in my mind. And you're going to know when it's going to be because the back of your neck is going to, you're going to know you're in trouble. So the easiest way for me always to remember is that meet deadly force with deadly force. If somebody punches me or pushes me or something like that and I'm not going to die, it's a deadly force. Am I mad? Am I upset? Am I maybe got a busted lips or maybe, he hit me and I got a little black eye? Is it still trying to kill me? Is it deadly force? Am I about to die? And now this is where we go into what if. What if it's to punch you and then grab your gun? Well, then we escalate. That is escalating into deadly force. But ultimately, I want to use my gun when deadly force, somebody is doing something that could cause me to die. Or my family. Or somebody next to me. So that's kind of like where I go. I mean, that's a topic that we could talk here for like an hour. But that's kind of what I always go for. There in the military, you have other ways that if you ROEs and things like that. Like I remember in 2003, when the invasion, we had different orders. If the Iraqi soldiers were there, we were able to engage. But in the civilian side, it's not like that. So in the civilian side, you're legitimate. You're going to be responsible for whatever you do. So I keep it simple. Use deadly force when somebody's using deadly force towards me or towards my family or towards somebody, next to me. So that's kind of where I go for that. Let's see. Let me look through some of those comments fast here. And coming up to 30 4 minutes. You never did that video. I haven't. I just haven't got into that. Like I said, I've been working 6 days a week, so I got a list of videos to do, and I mean sometimes it takes me a while. 22 is better than no. Yeah, Richard said 22 LR is better than being unarmed. Yeah, no doubt, man. So 1776 says I got to do a live chat. Yeah, man, do it. It's a lot of fun. I'm doing this one with my cell phone right here, and I'm using the computer right here to look at the comments. So I have the cell phone right in front of the computer. I think you got to have 10,000 subscribers and above to be able to use your cell phone. But if you use your regular online, your regular account, and you use from your computer, you go into YouTube. There's a way there where you could live stream, and you don't need to have 10,000 plus subscribers. The Daily Shooter says, "Do you prefer tempo index with a revolver or a pistol?" Obviously, with a revolver, and it has to be a 38. Only 5 shots. Man, that tempo index. If some of you guys that have been hanging around for a while, I upset many people with my first video that I did on tempo index. Like, I upset some people, and the funny thing is that was the first time that my video was one of the times that my video was shared in Facebook, and all these guys, all these guys were talking a lot of crap and making fun of me and yada yada yada, and they thought they were doing all this to me and this and that. But that was the first time ever that my channel reached over 1,000 views in one day. I never did that before that. Now we get anything from 10 to 15,000 views a day. But that was the first time ever. So sometimes a little drama helps you out a lot. And essentially, I'm not down with the tempo index thing. Like, you better watch. So, but some people don't like it when the funny thing is, like, you can make a video in your little. I think I made it in my garage. You can make a video in the garage. You could be no one making a video in the garage, and you upset so many people. Is hilarious. So, all right. So let me see. The Daily Shooter says the problem with the VA is the VA. Yeah, no doubt about that, man. Here's Big Johnson says, if you're in danger, pull the trigger. If you're in danger for your life, pull the trigger, and that's the bottom line. You could retreat down. Sunshine. All right, let me see. Wyoming, I kind of man. All right, so Big Johnson saying I'm going to do a live chat. Yeah, man, definitely go for it. It's a lot of fun. One of these days, you know what I'm gonna do? One of these days, I'm gonna set up one now with the cell phone. I'm gonna set up one with the computer, and I'm gonna invite all you guys, and then we're gonna sit down here and chill and just talk for a while. One of those weekends, we're gonna do that. I used to do that all the time, man, but I've been busy, man. Okay. All right, so let me know what you guys think. I'm about to cut this short already because I promised a wife 9 o'clock around there. I wanted to be in bed to watch a movie or watch something. But I appreciate you guys watching. Like this type of videos if you like. And what do you guys think about the live stream? Do you guys like it when I do it like this? You guys don't? Am I wasting my time, or it's a pretty good time to just chill? Overall, so far I've been pretty happy with the live streams, and I've been pretty happy with doing this. I think that when I do them around 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, there's a lot of people coming in because everybody's home, people laying down in bed, nothing to do other than watch YouTube. So I try to push a little bit later than this. I'm doing testing on the times and things like that. Wick says that the background is motivated. Yeah, man. I said at the beginning, I moved the desk more this way. So I had to pull that down and move it more my way. I tried to do that so I could get more space this way. And I want to set up some kind of little area back here where I could record on top of a table and things like this. Like that. This is my living room area. So if you come into my house, the living room area is completely a YouTube studio with the gun case and the desk and the tripods and the cameras. And I really used all this, but I did that so I could obviously I could record easily. So don't worry, the wife won't mind. Yeah, she won't. Oh man, I think she's used to already. Like I said, I've been doing this for almost 4 years, so this is like my hanging out time. I guess instead of going out, I'll come here and hang around with you guys, so it's better. So, all right. So, big shout out to you guys. I'm glad you guys like. Let's see. Wicked Sensation say I like the live stream. Moro says love the live stream. Okay, Judy likes the live stream. So, okay. So this is pretty cool. A lot of people seem to like this, so I'm gonna continue to do it. Make sure you check. Make sure you. Make sure that you check. Check some of the guys in the comments here because a lot of the guys have a great channel. So actually, 1776 and Big Johnson, they got some great guns, man. I wish I could live close to you guys so I could borrow your guns and shoot them. And then we could trade some guns and stuff like that just for videos and things like that. That would have been awesome. I got a guy that is gonna bring a Glock 27. He was like, "Hey, you want to review the Glock 27?" You guys know I'm not a fan of 40, but I'm like, sure, bring it over and I'll play around with it. But anyways, appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned. We got a lot of videos coming up. Like always, we're going to continue putting videos. We're going to continue to do this. It's really a blessing to be part of the community. Go out there and tell somebody about something related to guns. Don't be scared to bring people into our site. We have liberals out there working every day on taking away our rights. So let's go out there and work on getting people into our site. I said it many times that we got 3 types of people, and I got this from the Main Prepper, which used to be a great channel. If you never saw the Main Prepper, you have no idea what you were missing, man. The guy was solid, great information, and he said it. He doesn't do videos anymore, but he said it one time. You have guys that don't believe in the Second Amendment, guys that does, and guys in the middle. We need to get those guys in the middle into our site. So don't go out there. We're like, hey, get a freaking gun because it's your right. Go out there and, tell people, you know what? Hey, guess what? The police is not going to be there to help you out because the police is understaffed a lot of times. They don't have the people they don't have the personnel to give you a cop to follow you around. It is up to you to maintain your security. So you need to buy a gun. You need to train with your gun. You need to educate your family. You need to have a security plan. So when the criminal comes to try to do something bad to you, guess what? Surprise, criminal. We're not going to allow you to do that. I'm tired of seeing kids that can't find a girlfriend, get a knife, get a pistol, and go and kill people. It won't happen to me. I'll tell you what, if I get in that situation, I could get killed, obviously, but I ain't going down without a fight. Just because, little boy out there can find a girlfriend and he's going to come down and try to kill me and my family. No, it's not going to be that way. I refuse to find myself in that situation, and I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure I'm prepared for that. Again, it's going to take the cops 5-10 minutes, 20 minutes, sometimes even longer to show up to your house. What are you going to do during that time? That's what I tell people. What are you going to do? I work as a military police officer. I responded to domestic. I responded to larceny. I responded to rapes. I responded to you name it. It takes us time. And by the time that the cops show up there, guess what? Now he's waiting for his backup before he even approached the house. So, no, I'm not, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to allow that to happen. Wick says, you should watch your wife also. Yeah, after self-protection. and come back to the JH6 channel and discuss. Yeah, that's an awesome channel, man. Very, very good channel with great, great information. So again, guys, stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff coming up. I appreciate the support, guys. And as always, God is in control.